Hi, Mitch Irwin with Bell Bank Mortgage. Today I want to talk a little bit about IRS debt, specifically in the context of how it impacts someone who's going to buy or refinance a house. We see it. Sometimes it goes hand in hand with self-employed borrowers, for good or bad. It makes the loan a little bit more fun. But we see it with people that have IRS debt. My bullet points that I want to talk about today are: obviously, you're going to decide who gets it in the divorce decree. It's going to be ordered to one party, or sometimes they split it out. If you order it to the other spouse, and I'm working with this one, then we don't have to count that. So if it's easy, if that person's going to take the debt, then I don't have to count it against this person. We're allowed to exclude it. In the situation where there's multiple years of debt, and maybe they're going to split that, don't just say we're going to split the total debt, because we don't do half payments. You got to count the whole payment against them when they set up that installment payment. However, if you can say that, husband kept 2020 debt, wife has 2019, then we would have to count the installment loan payment for the 2019 debt, and we can exclude the 2020 debt. So then it doesn't apply. So that'll kind of split it out by year. It allows us to exclude the debt that's not ordered to them in the divorce decree. Yes, on a true cash out refi, it can be paid off. We've done that. Your typical 80% maximum financing applies. It is a true cash out at that point because you're not paying off a spouse. Or it doesn't have to be paid. They can just keep that debt open. They do have to contact the IRS, get an installment plan set up. We have to verify how much that payment is. Conventional loans, I think you got to make one payment under that new plan in 3 months for an FHA loan if you're not paying it off and you're just going to count that as a monthly debt for $150 a month or whatever it is. Then we can count that as just like an auto loan once they set up the plan and they got 1 month or 3 months paid on that. If they're going to pay it off, then that doesn't matter. We just got to get a payoff from the IRS. But if they're not going to pay it off, they do have to get that installment plan set up and start making payments on it. But those are my talking points. Order in the decree, who gets it. If one party's willing to take it, great. Then the other party doesn't have to count it against them at all. If they're going to split it up, split by year. That way we don't have to count the years. That doesn't apply to the other borrower. It can be paid off with a true cash out refi. It doesn't have to be paid off as long as they've got an installment plan set up and they still qualify with that payment in place. Those are my points on IRS debt. Please reach out if you have any questions or if you have clients that have that and they're getting divorced and they want to know how that will impact their ability to buy or refinance a house.